Good morning, everybody. It's Wild Van Willie here, and we got ourselves a Ford underneath the Oregon shade tree. And today is front end day. This is ready for some front end day. We have a defeated boot on this outer tie rod end. It's got enough clunk in that. Sure, there's more play in that than we feel right there. Sway bar link. Not very impressive looking to begin with. Same kind of deal at the bottom. Control arm bushing. Looks like it's pulling out. This one looks like it's in one piece. I've seen worse as far as that ball joint goes, but that looks pretty damn easy to get out of here. To go back in, we got Delphi Technologies control arms. So that'll be happier than what's there for sure. We got ourselves a nice skookum bushing in the bottom of that. Good quality ball joints on all the corners here. Get that in there. For my economy-minded customers, when Suspensia ships for extra, I go with the Mevotech original grade. Generally, just no grease fittings on them. That's fine. That's a good sway bar link. It's better than aluminum junk that's in it. And then, tie rod ends, same deal. Delphi Technologies this time, so that's very good quality. And Delphi sway bar bushings. I should get rid of a whole lot of pop and slop in the front of this Ford. Let's get to work. States it's a little bit squirrely going down the road. I think it's because there's no control arm there. Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing, is changing them out. Yes, I used the air for the one bottom bolt. I didn't necessarily have to, but it's one of them days. So here's the old one. That bushing has failed on this side. It could be worse, but it's bad enough. That ball joint was definitely failed. Got new Delphi going back in. Let's prop it in there. Bagged and tagged. That's one corner in the record books. We got my Delphi control arm signed and dated. We got my outer tie rod end signed and dated. And I did my trick where I don't put the new jam nut on. I just leave the old jam nut in place. So hopefully this won't be too damn far out on the way to the alignment shop. I don't know. I'm hoping Kid will actually get it done. Sway bar link in there, a steel one instead of a piece of shit of aluminum one. Signed and dated. All the rest of this is tight and good. It's all marked. It's all correct. I'll lift this up, put the wheel on, do the other side. I am hopeful that the other side won't take me quite as long as I've got my puzzle figured out on how it wants to, what order the bolts want to go back together. This one's a little different than usual. Well, looking pretty. Old scary shit, I had to bust that to get it out. That was just the easier way to take it out of bind. Got a Maraca for a tie rod end. Glad to get that out of there. Much better car. Look, previous date codes. I did brakes on it a year ago. Looks like it's ready for pads again. Demolition is now complete on this one. I got the tie rod end loosed off the knuckle. I got the sway bar link out, and I got the control arm out. Now, this one was equipped with aluminum tie rod ends, and I'm going to show you all a little trick. They really put the sway bar in tension on this vehicle. It's pretty hard, well, at least when it's jacked up at that angle. It's really stuffing some pressure against that bad boy. So trying to remove it is kind of difficult to get on the nuts and such on it the way it sits. Best thing I figured out to do is just relieve the damn pressure. Take your mallet with it propped up, just give it a good swack, one good one, and you'll knock it in half. It's aluminum, it'll split, and then you won't be in tension anymore, and you'll be able to move your knuckle around and stuff a whole hell lot easier, and it just speeds the takedown process. Now, the next person doesn't get to do that. I'm putting a steel piece back in. What? That's a trick for you if you're dealing with one of these and you're getting rid of its ass and you're just fighting, trying to get to the back side of it, and the sway bar head is all bound up and shit. You can't get your hand to it. Just give it a bash. Quack! And then it's broken. And then there ain't no tension on either head, and you can just flop shit around and move it as needed. Let's continue. Ready to get this one finished up for the client. despite the minor injuries that are honestly par for the course with what I do, it hadn't been a bad day out here. So, everything's all buttoned up front now, all signed up. Yep, looks like I was there. Looks like I was there too. Yep, looks like I was in here, although my date's covered by that, which just proves I did the other as well. I'd like to do these struts pretty badly. Next thing to look at on this vehicle is this is a stretch to fit water pump belt. And I put this on here way back when, and I see it has climbed up. I'm going to replace the belt, but I hate these fucking things. And when I pull this, I got to spin that water pump and make sure the water pump bearing ain't bad. That there's not a reason this isn't kicking, but I think they're just a problematic piece of shit. We'll find out. Well, let me get this tire back on this car. I'll do that. I'll take it for a little test drive, see just how bad out of alignment I am. Again, I did my recycle the jam nut trick, and that's where it was before, quote unquote. However, that does not take into account differences in the length of my sway bar link, my control arm, any of that. So it'll definitely be drivable, no problem, to the alignment shop. You know, honestly, I like it when they leave here if they're just off enough that the client does in fact feel the need for sure to go take it to alignment. Just tips and tricks there, folks. If you do it too good, if it feels like it ain't so bad, they'll be like, oh, I can drive this, when in reality everything's in the red. So leave her a little crooked if you can. Hopefully I've reached the part of the job where I get to stand up again. I got them sway bar bushings out and in with it on the ground, which is how you got to do it. If you try to do it with the wheel lifted, you'll never. Way too much pressure on that. I don't know if you'll be able to see here. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can turn on the flash for it in real time. Oh, look, I can. Okay, so there's our new sway bar bushing sitting pretty. It's all bolted in there. So to get there on this side, you go over the top. I don't know, are you seeing that? You go over the top to get there on this side, and on the other side you go over the top, but on that side you got exhaust in the way. I don't know if y'all can see up in that hole or not. Probably or not. Yeah, so a little tighter on that side, easier to access the front bolt on the bracket from the wheel well side on that one, but this side was easier to deal with them both. From up top. I don't know if y'all are seeing any of that or not, but I'm sure y'all are seeing something interesting underneath the car, so we'll leave this in there. But that part's done. Yay! Ought not be no more thumping and clunking underneath this thing no more. Nope. I'm ready to deal with that friggin' stretch to fit belt right now, and then they can come pick up and take it to the alignment shop. Introducing one of the worst ideas ever. A Ford stretch to fit belt. I did get us a new one on there. Let me tell you how you do this. If you're real brave, have a helper, and don't want to use special tools. So this engine rotates counterclockwise this way on this camshaft. Okay? So you put the belt around the water pump pulley and put it around from the outside, from this side, around the pulley up top, and you'll get to about here and can't go no farther. You take a big ass screwdriver and stick in that and kind of limp it up on there and apply tension. Have a buddy, and it better be your good buddy and not a drunk buddy, bump the ignition starters. Bump, bump, and this belt will self-install itself. About the second bump, it should be self-installed. Make sure you do not use your hands. Stay the fuck clear. Be ready to let it go and tear shit up if you do it wrong. But that's how that goes, and that was easy, and that completes the Ford. Ready to go to the alignment shop. Thank goodness we're done with that. But ready to rock, much better shape, happy car.